Item F, visitor presentations to the end of the agenda in order for some of the visitors to have time to show up. So, someone like to offer a motion on the agenda?
Mr. Chairman, before you do that, we also have two agreements that we've been waiting on to be signed by other parties, other governmental entities. One of them is the municipal elections agreement for the county to the board of elections to supervise those elections, and the other is the sheriff's agreement with the McIntosh County Board of Education to provide security. Both of these are simply approvals on our part. We're not negotiating.
Both action items, so we'll add these as number 8 and number 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Will someone like to offer a motion with those amendments?
Make a motion to approve the agenda with said corrections, adding the visitor's presentation F to follow at the end of the meeting, and also adding 8 and 9 municipals agreement and sheriff's agreement, just for approval.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner McClellan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawson. Any further discussion on the agenda? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay. So we'll move into item E. It's 2 sets of minutes. The May 13th work session and then the May 14th regular meeting. You should have had those minutes in your packets. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? Okay, hearing none, someone like to offer a motion?
Make a motion to approve minutes of May 13th work session and May 14th regular meeting.
Okay, got a motion by Commissioner Watson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawson. Any further discussion on minutes? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, we're going to push item F to the end. There are no public hearings. There's no old business, so we'll move right into new business. The first item, we consider appointment of a non-public representative for McIntosh County on the Coastal Regional Council. This is an action item. Would the manager please speak on this?
Yes, sir. McIntosh County has one position for a non-public representative on the CRC Council. They serve 1-year terms. Mr. Jordy Evans currently serves on that, in that role. He does wish to be reappointed, and the city and the county both have to agree on the appointment. The city already has agreed on Mr. Evans.
City's already approved him. We had a brief discussion on this last night. Is there any further discussion today? Okay, would someone like to offer a motion on Mr. Evans?
I make a motion we reappoint Jordy Evans as a non-public representative for McIntosh County on the Coastal Regional Council.
All right. Motion by Commissioner Watson. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Carlbeck. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next item, to consider appointment to the McIntosh County Planning and Zoning Board. This is an action item as well. Mr. Manager?
Yes, sir. This appointment to an unexpired term of Mr. Bill Gabler, who has resigned from the board and is moving outside the county. His appointment will expire on December 31st, and at that time, the new appointee can reapply to a full 4-year term. We currently have one letter of interest from Mr. David Deloach.
Okay. So we have one spot and one person interested, Mr. Deloach. Any further discussion on this appointment? Somebody offer a motion?
Make a motion that we appoint David Deloach, McIntosh County Planning and Zoning Board.
Okay, got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner McClellan. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 3, consider 4 appointments to the McIntosh County Recreation Department Board. This is an action item. Mr. Manager?
Yes, sir. Currently, we have 4 appointments due to expire at the end of the month. All four people who serve in those positions have reapplied and wish to be appointed to another 4-year term that would expire on June 30th, 2023.
Okay. And those members are Mr. Mark McClellan, Mr. Tad Richardson, Mr. Richard Caldwell, and Mr. Jimmy Palmer Jr. So there again, there was 4 openings and 4 applicants, all of which currently serve. Would somebody offer a motion on those appointments?
I make a motion that we accept the 4 appointments as presented.
Okay, got a motion by Commissioner Carlbeck. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawson. Any further discussion on these?
The only other thing I'd like to add is that we have 3 more appointments coming up for the year.
Yeah, the 3 more at the end of the year. We did have a brief discussion last night that we would probably stagger these terms so all 7 members don't come due the same year. So the ones we make in December, we'll probably, stagger the terms, so we're not at risk of turning that entire board over in the same year. So, that's the discussion we'll have in December, but we have a motion and a second on these 4 appointments. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Alright, next item will be consider appointment to the McIntosh Historic Preservation Commission. This is an action item as well. Manager, would like to speak on this one?
Yes, sir, this is for the, appointments for the unexpired term of Mr. Mark Eager, who resigned from the board. His, term was set to expire on December 31st, 2020. We currently have 1 letter of interest from Ms. Julie Vaughn.
Alright, this is for the Historic Preservation Commission. Any discussion on this one? Okay, somebody might make a motion?
Make a motion that we accept the nomination of Judy Vaughn to the Historic Preservation Commission.
I got a motion by Commissioner Watson for Mrs. Vaughn. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Watson. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Alright, number 5, consider 3 appointments to the McIntosh County Zoning Board of Appeals. This is an action item. Manager, would like to speak on these 3?
Yes, sir. This board's required in our code of ordinances as an appeal board for permitting issues in the planning and zoning office. Our code requires the board to be 3 to 5 members and serving 3 to 5-year terms. We currently have 3 letters of interest, and we would ask for those to be 5-year terms.
Okay, 5-year terms from these 3 people, 3 positions. Any questions from the commission?
I think the manager should, just make a statement regarding, no conflict of interest, which we brought up last night. I think he needs to make it clear that
Our code requires us to appoint 1 person that serves on the zoning board, so that's why Mr. Lunsford's letter's in there, so there's no conflict there.
Question,
Yes, sir.
does the regulation require that they all be appointed at 5 years? The only purpose of the question is, do we run into the exact same situation that you posed earlier, where potentially all 3?
The stagger.
Right.
That's not at all, I don't see this board meeting very often. We have neither an appeals board, since I've been with the county in the last 10 years. So I assume this board probably won't meet maybe once a year.
My concern is that with the inactivity of the board, they may all say, I'm not needed, therefore,
Yes, sir.
I don't no longer wish to serve.
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, do y'all wanna, we can do the motion however we want. If you wanna take 2 of them and do, 5 and 1 of them do a 3?
I recommend that the individual that's on the zoning board be for 5, and the other 2 for some other term.
Okay.
When would his term end on the regular board? Should it coincide with that, maybe so that you could roll another board member from the zoning board onto the appeals board?
You can do that. I don't know exactly when his term expires.
He served on that board for a long time. He keeps
So he re-ups.
re-up.
Okay.
So, somebody offer a motion?
I make the motion that the existing board member be appointed for 5 years, the other 2 board members be appointed for 3-year terms.
Okay, so that would be Mr. Nix and Miss Gale for the, how many years you say? 3. Okay, and Mr. Lunsford for 5. Okay.
That's my motion.
Motion by Commissioner Lotson. Is there a second?
I second.
I don't know who said it. Second by Commissioner Watson. Any further discussion on this board? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right. Next item, number 6, consider application for rezoning 4 acres by Stephen Rearley on behalf of Gerry and Sarah Williams, located at 18525 US Highway 17, Townsend, Georgia, further referred to as map and parcel number 004700500005. The current zoning classification is R2, single-family residential, and the proposed zoning is CN, neighborhood commercial. It's an action item. Would the manager please speak on that?
Yes, sir. The current plan for this parcel is to have a professional office on the site. The rezone has gone through all the legal procedures and been unanimously approved by the zoning board, and there was no opposition at the public hearing.
Okay. So, there was some brief discussion on this at the workshop, last night as well. Any further discussion today? Any questions or comments on this? Okay, hearing none, would somebody offer a motion?
Make the motion that we approve the application for rezoning of the 4 acres stated in the request.
Okay, we gotta have a motion, from Commissioner Lawson to approve. Is there a second?
I second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Carwack. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, number 7, consider agreement with Peach State Services Incorporated to provide probation services for McIntosh County Magistrate Court. You should have a, contract in your, packets. Would the manager like to speak on this?
Yes, sir. This agreement is between McIntosh County Magistrate Court and Peach State Services Inc. for probation services for Magistrate Court. It's not often that people get put on probation after going to Magistrate Court, but if they are unable to pay their fines at the time of the court proceedings, they can be let go on probation. There are some fees that the person would have to pay. Those fees cover the cost, so there's no cost to the county with this agreement. We have used them. We've used them for our state court probation services. We're very well pleased with them after several years. This is a 1-year contract with 5 1-year renewals.
Okay. Any comments, questions or comments on this agreement with Peach State?
Question, regardless of whether or not their services is needed, are we obligated to any fees to them?
No, sir.
Any other questions? Okay, someone offer a motion on number 7?
I made a motion that we approve the agreement with Peach State Services to provide probation services for McIntosh County Magistrate Court.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Watson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Watson. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, we will move into number 8. And I just wrote down elections. I'm gonna let you take it from there.
Sure. The city of Darien has requested that the McIntosh County Board of Elections conduct their city elections in 2019. November 2019 is just around the corner now. And to do that, we have to have a contract or statement of agreement. The city attorney has prepared an agreement and negotiated with Ms. Gale and the Board of Elections. It calls for the complete cost of all costs of the election to be paid by the city, including legal fees if there are any sustained. So I think it's a well-written agreement. It provides, of course, the county will not be doing qualifications. The city superintendent of elections, who is the city clerk, will conduct the qualifications. And otherwise, it's a very milquetoast contract.
As far as salaries, though, we would still be liable for the regular salaries. They would pay that overtime.
That's right, that's right.
So the normal day,
That's right.
yeah, the county does.
That's right.
Okay.
Which we would be responsible for
Anyhow,
anyway.
absolutely, yes. And that's, I mean, it's basically the same. We've done this many times with them in the past.
Yes, sir.
So, any comments or questions for the staff on that agreement?
And this is limited to the 2019 election. There's no extension provided in this contract.
Okay. Somebody offer a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the city's contract for the city elections.
We have a motion by Commissioner Carwackey to accept the, contract with the city for the 2019 election. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Watson. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, number 9, last item under new business will be the sheriff and Board of Education's agreement.
That's right. Mr. Chairman, the McIntosh County Sheriff has negotiated with the McIntosh County Board of Education to provide security in the form of resource officers to each school and calls them resource deputies to each school. The contract calls for an annual payment of $190,000 to the Board of Commissioners, payable in 4 quarterly payments of $47,500 per quarter. And it provides, as the sheriff has negotiated, a very thorough contract addressing just about every event that could possibly happen. I reviewed it. Of
on the school day, is there any, I mean, 'cause there's so many activities that take place after school hours. I know we're not negotiating that, but I'm just curious how that's gonna,
And the overtime would be held, the sheriff would be set, the overtime hours would be subject to sheriff's office approval, but there's provisions in here for absolute overtime. The regular hours are 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily, but it's anticipated that, regular working hours may be adjusted on a situational basis with the consent of the supervisors. These adjustments should be explicitly approved prior to their being required and should be to cover scheduled school-related activities that require the presence of a law enforcement officer. So it's anticipated in here.
It's anticipated.
I did work with the sheriff on these costs, on the personnel costs, so it does cover all of our costs.
Okay. And how many how long was that contract for? Is it stated?
Mhm. One-year period beginning July 1st, 2019, and renewing annually for a period of 50 years unless terminated by either party utilizing the terms provided.
Trying to cover me.
Is that normal language?
50 years. Well, it's 1 year review.
One year.
Automatically.
Okay. All right.
so what would they, I guess they would go back to regular jobs during the summer with the sheriff's department?
They would, yes.
Does that contract locks in the payment, or is that reviewable each year?
The contract's absolutely renewable each year, and the termination provision, this agreement may be terminated by either party upon 90 days written notice being given by either party. Provided, however, that in the event of termination of this agreement, the obligation of the school district to compensate the county shall be prorated based on the time the SRD is actually provided. So they can end it at any time.
So let me restate my question. If the sheriff department wants to increase the payment, they would have to terminate that agreement and renegotiate a new one?
I would think so, yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Any further questions or comments on this contract between the Board of Education and the sheriff? Okay, hearing none, someone like to make a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the negotiated contract between the school board and the sheriff department.
Okay, Commissioner Watson has made the motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Watson. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right. That concludes everything under new business. So before we move into Commissioner reports, item J, is everybody here? Are you still expecting anybody? Is that everybody? All right, so I think at this time, if it pleases the board, we're gonna back up to item, F, visitor presentations, and, I think Mr. Butch Morris is here with McIntosh County Recreation Department. I see he's got several board members here and a bunch of, special guests. So, Mr. Butch? Yeah, go for it.
Good evening. We're here on behalf of the Recreation Department. We're here to honor these kids that just had a phenomenal track season. Board members, we started this about 3 years ago. Coach McNair was one of the founding coaches, and we had a pilot program that we basically I was here for 1 year and watched one football season here, and I said, well, why don't we have a track program? So after that football season, I was determined to start a track program, and we handpicked a few, and we had a lot of success that first year. It's continued on. This is the 3rd year in a row that this county has had a state champion represent this county, and it's that's not an easy feat. You go through a district championship, which basically you're going to run against Camden County, Glenn County, Wayne County, a lot of the big dogs. Whereas on the football field or baseball field, you're playing against a 4 and 5A school, and we're a single A size county. But the great thing about track is it's an individual sport in most aspects. So what you have in here, your talent takes over, and we have a lot of that on our side. We are mostly in spring, but I tell you, when it's time to sprint, we wear neon. I don't know if you've ever seen our district, but we wear neon because I like seeing neon in the front, because that's where we're at most of the time. and it's to keep up with the kids when we're at track. Because when you see a neon shirt running off, we know where our kids are at. So, but I mean, it's kind of a joke, but it really is. That's why we wear neon. We want to stand out. Everybody knows when we're at the track, and that's kind of how our rec department was turned into. When we first got here, 4 or 5 years ago, we were somewhat competitive, but we've had, people volunteering, Alvin, just a couple dads, but a lot of people that played football and basketball and baseball in this county, and they're giving back, and that's what's turned the tide. It's nothing we're doing very much different. It's just people putting time and effort. When you put time and effort in with kids, you start to see different. Because if you put the time in, they're going to get better just by default, And these guys actually know what they're doing when they work with them. Not saying dads don't know that, but these guys volunteer a lot of their hours, and it is paying off. And what's happened now is these kids, the norm has become winning, and when they don't, they're upset, and that's a good thing, Winning's not everything when it comes to recreational sports. We understand that, but it is just, it's a good feeling though when these kids have a bad feeling in their stomach when they don't win, because it's going to set them up for success later on in life. And these guys with the Hill Academy and other stuff that's going on in the county, they're not just teaching them sports. They're teaching them life lessons, and that's what sports can do for kids. And that's why I'm passionate about what I do. And it's more than just offering a program. So, with that being said, I could talk for a long time about that. I just want to go over some of the accolades that these kids did. Now, once again, I'll say district. The fact that they made it state is a big deal. I mean, it's you've got to come out of a tough district just to do that. And I'll just go one at a time. I'll just talk about each kid, and I'll give you a reward once we get done talking. Jeremiah Barlow is a 12 and under. Last year he was a long jump, made it a long jump, jumped 12 foot last year. He didn't qualify in the 12 in the long jump this year, but he did the 100 meter. We had 2 kids in the 100 meter district that qualified for state. So they only take 3. So 2 kids from McIntosh County were in the 12 and under 100 meters. So they pushed each other. Only one other kid got to go, and that was a kid from Camden County. So that's both of those going the same age group. I was really excited about that. We've never had that happen. I don't think. Maybe one time back when D and Keyshawn were the same age. But he made it as a state qualifier there and competed well at state. He was 1 position off. Yet in your prelims, you had to make it the top 8. He was the 9th guy. So he was right there. But when I say that, he was in the top 9 in the state. That's no easy feat. I mean, he's right there where he needed to be. Trained well, worked hard. Mason Morning, he just walked in. That's about, have you turned 7 years old yet?
Not yet.
6-year-old, running the 8 and under division. He was the runner-up in districts. He ran 50 meter in 8.54 seconds, which as a 6-year-old is great. I mean, most everybody in the race was 7 or at least 8. So I mean, really cool that he did that. Went to state. His numbers weren't what he wanted to be at state, but we knew, Alan and I knew when we got there that he was going to be one of the youngest kids there. So the fact that he got to go experience that and run in front of all those people in state was just a big deal for him. So next year, look for Mason Morning to do very well in the 50 meter and 100 meter. So Keyshawn, I don't think Keyshawn's here tonight, but Keyshawn Tyson's one that's he's been in our program for 3 years and had a lot of success. This year he was the 50 meter runner up at district, and he was the 100 meter champion in district. So he was the district champion in the 100 meter. Went to state, and he was battling a hip injury. We were worried about him. He doesn't complain a lot. I mean, you can ask Coach Deere, had him in the past and out, and he's kind of a grinder. He's a running back. I mean, he's tough. He won't tell you when he's hurt. And he grinded it out. He's still top 5 in the 50 meter in state, running on the bum hip. So very proud of the way he showed some toughness there. Damari, he's another 12 and under, state champion 2 years prior. This year he went in the softball throw, which they call the hammer throw. It's kind of a youth version of the shot put, and he was able to come in the top 6. He threw the ball 143 foot at state, which got him in the top 6 at state, which was a good show. So, and I want to bring that up too. We had a 4x100 team in 12 and under. Out of all the counties that run a district, they take 1 team. And we ran against Camden, Glenn, this is the one thing in track where I would say numbers matter, because you got to get 4 guys to run the 100 meter, a leg in the 100. So our 4x100 team was picking from four kids. Theirs was picking from 25 to 30, each of those programs. So you're talking about competition and grinding down to the top 4. You know, we're picking our only 4. We were, I think, maybe MJ was on the last leg, and he was probably a 10th of a second. It was 100th of a second, maybe. But top goes, so Glenn County edged us out. But I was proud of that effort. They probably been practicing passing up the baton a lot of times, and I think we just showed up to the track stretch. We passed the baton, and we almost beat them. So they got lucky. I think we run 9 out of 10 times. We beat them 9 out of 10 times. That was their day, I guess. Let's see. All right, Dominic Wilson. He's another 12 and under. He's part of the 4x100 team. He ran the 400 meter. That was our farthest runner we had, I think, that went to state or was in districts. We had a couple girls that ran 800 and 400. We're not really, we're branching out. We're doing more field events and we're doing more longer distance stuff, but we hadn't really got into the mile stuff. I know Jack did it a couple of years back, but Dominique ran a good 400 meter. He was, competed very well in districts and was in the top 3, which got him in the state, and went to state and was the top 5 in the state. Ran a minute 4. That's one time fully around the track. So everybody sit here and think about running the track, trying to get around a minute 4. It's not an easy task. So there was a kid there that set a state record against you. I think there's 13 state records broke this year. I mean, stuff that had been, from 1993. I mean, very old records. And we were right there with him. And then our final guy was Maurice Coleman Jr. He kind of cleaned house this year. This year was his year. He's 12. He was one of the older ones in this group. And MJ was on a mission this year. I'm going to tell a story. There was a kid named Caden Daniels from Crisp County. And MJ was second place in him both times last year, 100 meter, 200. He couldn't beat Caden, but he came back this year. Beat Caden both times. Caden came up to me. I never thought I'd get this much in the track, and I'm at the finish line every time we run. And I'm the guy that's filming it, and I'm all into it. I'm a baseball guy. I never thought I'd get in the track. I don't watch the miles. I'm sorry. I don't. Miles like NASCAR. You sit there and but when they sprint, it's fun to watch. So when Caden looked at me, I said, Caden, MJ's been working hard. He said, yeah, man, what'd y'all do to that kid? So but I said, you learn more from losing sometimes than you do from winning. And MJ, he didn't want to lose to him anymore, and it's going to make you train harder. We tell these kids all the time in football. We had probably one of the most gut-wrenching losses in football last year in 10U football. It was 8-6. We were right there in the semifinal. I promise you, those kids are going to get better from that loss. They're going to remember that taste in their mouth. And, let's face it, everybody in this room faces some kind of adversity in life, and you might as well learn that at a young age, and that's the beauty of sports, in my opinion, is that you go through those lumps and you learn things on the ball field, where, hey, the sun's going to show up tomorrow, but it's a bad feeling, and you get that bad feeling, you don't want to feel it anymore, and I just think that prepares kids for life. I just think it's a great thing. MJ went on to be the district champion in the 100 meter, district champion in the 200 meter, high jump champion in the district, and then also in state. He was the runner-up in the 200 and the state champion in the 100. The kid that beat him in the 100 or in the 200 ran a 25.94, broke a state record, and MJ was a 26.30. That's the best time he's ever put. That kid pushed him. MJ was trying to win. The kid looked like a 10th grader. It's about 6'3". He was legit. He was 12 this time. But hey, and I think Coach Alvin may have bribed him with a gift card before he ran. But we don't do that all the time. But we told him if he ran hard, we tried to inspire him a little bit. But I tell you, MJ was. When you finish the race and you're in the picture with somebody that breaks the state record, you got some talent. So I can't be more proud of him, and I'm looking forward to the future. I know when these kids get to middle school and high school, they're not going to have to be taught any of this stuff. They're going to go straight to a high school track, and they're going to know how to do all the basic stuff. And some high school track coaches will be really happy in the next 5-6 years, I can tell you that. So, I'm happy for that, and it's all to do with them, the efforts of the coaches, Yontre in the past. You know, he didn't help out as much this year, but it's a group effort. I mean, help out as much as you can. There were some girls that helped out, Alexis and Jasmine Grover, she was a former state champion in track in high school. So, just you know, it was a good thing. You got anything to say, Albert? Okay. All right. We'll give a couple of awards out, and we'll call it a day. Mason Morning, come on up, buddy. Okay. This is for his District 2 50-meter runner-up, 8.54 seconds, and being a state qualifier and finishing in the top 3 districts. There you go, buddy. Jeremiah Barlow, 100-meter top 3, and being a state qualifier. Wilson Jr. This is for the top 5 in the state, the 400-meter with a time of 1 minute 4 seconds. Marvin McNear for the softball hammer throw, 142 foot 3 inches, top 6 in the state. Maurice Quarterman Jr. This is being the district champion 100-meter, 200-meter, and the high jump. Another side story, I had to make him do the high jump. He didn't want to do it. Never practiced. He went out there and just natural ability. Out-jumped every kid out there. And the coaches, all the track coaches were looking and saying, if he had good form, you know, he could really jump about 6 foot in the air. I said, well, we don't practice it too much. We like to sprint. So you won the high jump champion there, 4 foot 6 inches. And then this has your 200-meter state, 26.30 seconds. And then the 100-meter dash, 12.94 seconds. So he broke 13 seconds in 100 meters. So just to tell you, the high school kids are around 10.15, and he's going in the 7th grade. So he's going to be right on pace to be what like college football coaches look for elite speed. You know, and it's really awesome. So congratulations.
The commission just want to stand back here behind them.
Hey, fellas. Here. You got multiple ones in there? There you go. Mason, you got more than one. Hey. Here you go.
Y'all stand on your toes in the back. Okay.
Short guy.
Right there, yeah. Kate, move over a little bit more. There. Okay. Great. Smile, everybody. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Now we will move into item J, Commissioner reports, and we'll start with Commissioner Carter.
No specific report. I do want to say thank you to everyone who supported the brag event this last Saturday in Darien and the Keep McIntosh Beautiful effort at Champney. That both events had a large volunteer participation and they were both well attended. And that's it.
Good report. All right, Commissioner Lawson.
Just a few comments. Today was my greatest day on the board, seeing these young people and their accomplishments and their efforts. So I applaud all who played a part in that. Additional comment is, I want to say to the citizens of McIntosh County, there are a number of board openings throughout the year. I encourage citizens to become more involved, especially those of District 3. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner McClellan?
I just want to reiterate what Kate said about the brag event and keep McIntosh beautiful, and also with leisure services, one of our, recreation department now. Just want to thank the board. I know most of them have left already, but our director for doing such a great job, and to see our programs growing is just amazing. And being in the school system and having a chance to have taught each one of those kids. It's building character inside and outside the classroom that makes a big difference. And I'm just I hate that they left because I am super proud of them. And also having been here 12 years ago to now and seeing the difference in the programs that are being offered and how we're representing our county outside of our district is something. Butch didn't tell the story when we went the first year. Our kids showed up in tennis shoes. Nobody had track shoes, and they were winning every event. And people were like, they don't even have on track shoes. And they were awesome. So natural ability and with some training would really move the program. Butch has really moved the program in a couple of years, so I'm really proud of that. So thank you for all you do.
That concludes your report. Thank you. Commissioner Watson?
I'd just like to thank these three, I don't want to call them rookies, that's not fair, but the new commissioners. As you know, we have a kind of flip-flop the first of the year, and these three folks have come on board and just made a huge difference already. They challenged the chairman and I, and some of the rest of one of the rest of the county employees, because they kind of uncovered some things, but not uncovered some things, but asked a lot of questions and have been very serious about their jobs. And I'm just most impressed with them. And I think we have a super duper board at this point. I hope it continues, but I want to thank all three of you for doing such a great job. So that's it.
All right, concludes your report. All right, we'll move into the chairman's report, and I'll keep it short. I just want to expand a little bit on some of what Commissioner Lawson was talking about. We did a lot of board appointments tonight, and we really appreciate those that volunteer to serve. Sometimes it's hard to get people to volunteer for these boards, but there's a lot of qualified people in our community. We appreciate those who volunteer their time to serve on these boards because they're all important. So thank you for those that were appointed tonight, those that are currently serving. And that'll conclude the chairman's report. We will move into the county manager report.
Yes, sir. The only thing I have tonight is between June 17th and July 31st, the bridge over I-95 on Arctic Road will be closed. They're going to be raising, DOT's got a contract, they're going to be raising the bridge, so that road will be closed through traffic.
What were those dates?
June 17th through July 31st.
What bridge?
They're in the Arctic Road Bridge.
They're going to move that bridge in a month?
They're just jacking it up.
Okay. All right. Who's going to be the first person to cross it? All right. Does that conclude your report?
Yes, sir.
Okay, county attorney's report.
Pleased to announce no report and no need for an executive session, Chairman.
Okay, with no further business before the commission, we will be adjourned.